What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia brings you the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the Smackdown ratings, is a WWE Superstar AEW Bound, CM Punk's original plans for Wrestlemania 30, Chris Jericho's dig at D-Generation X, Dio Madden's target for 2020, Hulk Hogan's risky behavior, AJ Styles' retirement plans, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. But let's waste no further time and get straight into the first story, as Friday Night SmackDown's ratings hold steady. The overnight ratings for the blue brand are in, and the Wrestling Observer Figure 4 Online is reporting the show finished in the same range as it has for the last 2 months. SmackDown averaged 2.417 million viewers, down less than 1% from last week. It opened up with 2.467 million viewers and dropped to 2.369 million viewers for the second hour. In the 18 to 34 demographic, the show was up 25%. SmackDown is no longer facing reruns from other networks other than ABC, which is good news given that it's held its ratings. As we've noted in our recent analysis of SmackDown, this was the second strong show in a row, and if the WWE can keep its audience, it can focus growing on it, something possible as the storyline should heat up with the build-up into WrestleMania. Next up, Chris Jericho mocks D-Generation X. Current AEW champion Chris Jericho took a shot at D-Generation X during a recent interview with Sports Illustrated. Jericho, well known for reinventing himself throughout his career, had this to say about keeping things fresh. "I have a great list of hits, but a lot of those will never be played again because I'm too busy concentrating on new hits and performing at the highest level. It's hard to leave all the old gimmicks and catchphrases and take a chance, but if you don't do that, it's like DX coming to the ring in 2019 and yelling 'suck it'. It looks like a relic from the past, and I never wanted to be that." Do you think that there's any validity to Jericho's criticism of D-Generation X? Some fans look to DX's reunion in 2006 as proof that the gimmick was timeless, while others criticize it as being a lame rehash of a once great faction. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Whilst we're on the topic of Chris Jericho, he speculated on what he'd be doing in the WWE had he stayed there. "If I was still in the WWE, I would still have to be doing the list, and it would feel so old. I love all the great stuff I did in the past, but to go out there and say Raw is Jericho or I'm the Ayatollah of rock and roller would really feel like a rock and roll band that tours, that never puts on a new record and tours every summer. I always appreciate when bands play new songs because I've been playing new songs too. Otherwise for me, there's no reason to continue on." And we wonder how much truth there is to Jericho's comments. The talented star has never had a problem reinventing himself in the WWE, and it's doubtful he would have returned to any of his former gimmicks, instead creating something new to help himself get over even more. As far as we're concerned, Jericho is one of the most innovative wrestlers in wrestling history. Next up, AJ Styles talks retirement. The phenomenal AJ Styles has had a great career, dazzling fans throughout North America, Europe, and Japan. Still, all good things come to an end, and Styles recently spoke with Mark Henry on Busted Open Radio about calling it quits.
I think I am. I mean, I really, like, Mark, it's, as you get older, you're like, where the freak did my energy go? Why don't I have that useless burst of energy that I had way back when? Like, you can see that starting to deplete, and I've said this before, that I don't want to be that AJ Styles that we go, oh, wow, I wish he could still do that, or, oh, wow, he's just really slow.
Styles isn't ready for the wrestling rest home just yet, but it's clear he knows when the time will be to hang up the boots. Next up, CM Punk's original plans for WrestleMania 30. The reoccurring WWE backstage contributor and full-time wrestling critic CM Punk recently shared a copy of the WWE's plans for him for WrestleMania 30. As you no doubt recall, those plans went awry when Punk walked out on the WWE following the Royal Rumble. Punk posted the information on Instagram, revealing he was booked against Triple H, again missing out on the main event at the Showcase of the Immortals. The card is interesting because it lists Batista and Randy Orton battling for the WWE World Championship, a match that was changed to a triple threat match between Daniel Bryan, Batista, and Randy Orton for the World Strap. Other matches that never materialized was Daniel Bryan vs Sheamus. Wow, that would have been a bland night for Daniel Bryan had that been the original plan for him. The Big Show vs Kane, and Roman Reigns vs Dean Ambrose for the WWE United States title. Had WrestleMania 30 gone down this way, it would have been a pretty average show. Next up, Broken Skull Sessions' next guest is... Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions' next guest has been revealed, with none other than the Big Red Machine Kane appearing. Kane is currently serving as mayor of Knox County in Tennessee and recently released a memoir covering his life in the ring and in the political arena. Our next story: will the Revival vs Harlem Heat happen at the Royal Rumble? The Revival have made it known that they want Harlem Heat to face them at the 2020 Royal Rumble. However, will this actually happen? Not if something doesn't happen soon, at least according to one half of Harlem Heat, Booker T. During Booker's podcast, the two-time WWE Hall of Famer explained, "Not gotten my invitation yet, and the thing is, if they don't tell me in the next week, I ain't doing it. They're on the clock, so I'm putting this out there right now. If they don't let me know within the next 7 days, don't call, because I'm gonna stop training after that. I'll start putting in real hard work. Don't call me at the last minute and I'm not ready. Don't call me at the last minute because I need time to. My mind gotta be right going into this thing. I gotta be focused. I don't want to put in all that work for nothing." While every wrestler is different, the WWE should make sure that both Stevie Ray and Booker T have time to prepare for the bout. Otherwise, what's the point of making a dream match between one of the best teams today against one of the best teams from yesteryear? Harlem Heat vs the Revival could be a fantastic match if Harlem Heat are still ready to go. Then again, this could just be more of the WWE media spin, keeping fans guessing as to whether it will happen. Next up, Hulk Hogan mad about Mania. WWE icon Hulk Hogan seems determined to get a match at WrestleMania 36, despite the fact that the 66-year-old wrestling great just had back surgery. The Hulkster recently took to Twitter posting a picture of himself in the gym with the following caption. They said 4 months lightweight, then 6 months I could train slowly again after back surgery number 10. But at 7 weeks 4 days, my maniacs can see I'm on the grind with my Pizum Bomb brother. The fuck does that mean? I mean, please, WrestleMania is right round the corner, brother. With any luck, Hogan won't injure himself training for a match that may never happen. Or do you want to see Hogan wrestle one last match on the grandest stage of them all? Or is it time for Santa with muscles to take a step back? Next up, Raw adds 2 more matches. Raw will be coming from the Chesapeake Energy Center in Oklahoma City on 6 January with the arena advertising 2 more matches. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair vs the Kabuki Warriors and Kevin Owens vs Seth Rollins. Goody, 2 rematches. No word on whether the tag match is for the Kabuki Warriors tag titles or whether either match is a dark match. Next up, AEW is honoring Memphis legends on Dynamite. All Elite Wrestling will pay tribute to several Memphis wrestling legends on this week's Dynamite, which airs at the Landis Center in South Haven, Mississippi, which is part of the greater Memphis area. The show will feature a tribute to the following stars: Angelo Poffo and Randy Savage, Lance Russell, Eddie and Tommy Gilbert, Brian Christopher, Austin Idol, Dave Brown, the Rock and Roll Express of Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, and Jimmy Valiant. Lance Russell and Dave Brown call the action for Memphis wrestling for decades, and Dave Brown is scheduled to provide guest commentary for AEW Dark. According to the Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, Randy Savage's brother Lanny Poffo will be there when his late father and brother are honored. Next up, Dio Madden is looking for Lesnar. Former NFL star turned wrestler turned announcer turned wrestler Dio Madden was calling the action on Raw when he decided to return to the squared circle. Regrettably for Madden, he didn't leave the red brand on a high note, instead getting F5'd through a table by Brock Lesnar. Madden is currently training at the WWE Performance Center and tweeted the following: "Since everyone's doing it, 2020 goals. Number 1, beat Brock Lesnar's bitch ass." And our last story is a WWE Superstar AEW Bound. Now, there's been talk of Matt Hardy's contract coming to an end in February of 2020, and whether the Woken One will presumably have one more run with the WWE. WWE certainly dropped the ball with his woken/broken gimmick, and lately all he's been doing is putting over younger superstars. Now, we're not necessarily saying that's a bad thing, as many superstars could use the rub from a win. However, Hardy is money, and the WWE should instead concentrate on bringing this gimmick back to life, especially since they killed it. As of now, WWE and Hardy are discussing a new contract, but the discussion of money probably isn't the issue. Instead, it's how he wants to be used going ahead. If WWE aren't going to utilize him, he could end up in AEW or Impact Wrestling, where they could capitalize on it. Meltzer believes he won't re-sign, as on a recent edition of the Wrestling Observer Radio, he told, "I've heard about more people who are probably coming to AEW. There's rumors about Matt Hardy. Again, his contract is up in a couple of months. I think that he's doing broken Matt Hardy segments, so whether it's Impact or Ring of Honor or AEW, in that situation, if you're trying to be high profile, then AEW is your best bet." I would think that he might end up there. Do you think Hardy's going to call it quits with the WWE and head over to AEW? Let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.